Win-win. That's what we're after here. Thoughtful communication in the months, weeks, and days leading up to the wedding day is going to make the experience better for you and better for your couples. Like the saying goes, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, whatever that means. As a professional wedding photographer, you have to know what your couples expect of you on the wedding day, and alternatively, what you should expect of your couples. The first place we start is by making sure the couples know what they're entitled to on the wedding day. We do that by clearly communicating the most important basics: the number of photographers that will be present, who they are, and how long they will be there. This should start at the initial consultation. If you're a solo photographer, the number of photographers and who they are part is easy, but the how long part must be made clear. As you see in the Selling Your Work module, we believe a set amount of hours of coverage on the wedding day is the best way to go. That means you have a start time and a finish time. Again, the first part is easy, but the latter must be made clear. During the planning process, when you're working with a couple or a planner on the wedding day timeline, make sure they understand that you will be leaving at the agreed upon time. Let them know that if you're asked to stay longer because the day has been running behind, there will be an additional fee. For instance, if the best man forgot the marriage license, or the limo driver locked the keys in the car, or if the officiant got stuck in traffic. Yes, we've seen all those things happen. If it's not your fault, you shouldn't be the one who pays for others' mistakes. Again, this is why we stress communication. Make it clear to your couples long before the wedding day that if they ask you to stay longer than your agreed upon time, there will be an additional fee, and how much that fee is. That way your couples won't be shocked the way they might be if it was sprung on them on the wedding day. In fact, you won't have to mention the amount at all on the wedding day because they'll already be aware. Discussing prices with couples on their big day isn't something either you or your couples should have to worry about. Aside from how long you will be with your couple, there's where you will be. As you approach the wedding day, you need to confirm where and when photography is needed. Now, this may depend on whether you're a solo photographer or part of a team, but if you're a solo photographer, you can only be in one place at a time, while a team has the option to split up to cover simultaneous events. Here's one example where we've seen some issues occur. When you're capturing the getting ready portion of the day, you have to clearly communicate to your couples what time you will be arriving and departing each location. And the couple has to know those times as well as you do. If you're there to capture the groom and groomsmen getting ready, they had better be there at that location and at that time for the getting ready portion, especially if it's a shorter window of time. Some groom and groomsmen will have their morning of the wedding day events, like breakfast, golfing, haircut and a shave, whatever it may be. They need to know at a predetermined specific time they need to be ready for photos to start. The length of time you have to capture the getting ready portion, whether it be a half hour, hour, whatever, has to be utilized efficiently. So if you have a half hour to capture those photos of the groom and groomsmen and are a half hour late, then you're both out of luck. And trust us, there will be disappointment from your couples down the road, whether you're at fault or not. Now, if there's one thing that's true, that's that couples, especially brides, cannot wait to see their wedding photos. Please, for your own sanity, to save yourself from possible relentless prying emails from your brides, give your couples an estimate of how long it will be before they see their final wedding gallery. This is an area we strongly suggest the under-promise, over-deliver approach. If you think it may take 6 weeks to get their final wedding gallery, tell them 8 weeks. Won't they be excited when they get their photos 2 weeks early? As a side note, for the love of all that is good, do not take 6 months to get your couples their images. In our experience, 8 weeks is reasonable, 12 weeks is acceptable, but anything longer than that is a fail. If you're struggling to meet that criteria, then you need to reevaluate your post-wedding workflow. We hope what these few examples show is that there should never be a moment of shock for your couples or for yourself, because the important aspects surrounding the wedding day have been discussed beforehand. Communication, it's important.